she with you?
I thought she was with you.
Hello everybody, what's up? It's Anthony from the F Word Podcast, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the show Big Mouth. It's available on Netflix stuff, fully streamed. I believe there's 10 episodes to watch, roughly 30 minutes each. And this was a show I got introduced to just from seeing memes about it. Like, I saw just memes about how bad the animation was, of how ugly the characters looked. Which, I'm not going to lie, they looked pretty ugly. But that's not the main point of the show. That just makes it even more funny. This is going to be a show that if you watch, you'll either love it or you will just hate it. I was talking about this on my Instagram page. I've just posted a story. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And what I was getting a lot of were people saying it's basically child porn. Which, yeah, in a sense it is. It's very close. I remember in the show they actually acknowledged it because they break the fourth wall a lot in the show. They said, like, you know what? If we made a show on this, like, I'm pretty sure it'd be, like, charged for child porn. And they're like, you know what? I'm sure if we made it animated, we could let it slide. That was just, it was really fun. The fourth wall break moments in that show were just too funny. Also, just so you guys know, this will be a non-spoiler review. I'm not going to talk about any plot points. I mean, there's not really a lot of plot points in the show. It's kind of like a Family Guy thing. But I'm not going to be spoiling anything major. The characters in this show were truly amazing, because a lot of them were people that you could relate to, or that you could see, like, people you knew being those characters. And just, like, they were all different. There's no character who kind of had the same personality as another. There weren't, like, two characters that kind of had, like, the same, I guess nobody had the same personality in the show. One of my favorite characters in the whole series was a guy named Coach Steve. I'm not going to say a lot about him other than the fact that he's just not all the way up there, and he's just so funny to hear, so funny to watch, and just look at. His character animation is just so hilarious. And the voice acting for him was just too funny. Another thing I noticed is there are a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine actors actually in the show. I forgot the name of the actors, but I remember Nick Kroll, the main character of the show, was played by the FBI guy who was feuding with Jake in one episode, and then another guy, who I'm forgetting his name again, he's like kind of messed up character in the show. He was played by Rosa's fiance in the show, which you could tell. I could hear the voice. It was basically the same character. He just came over to animated, and he was basically the same guy. My thoughts on the show, I came in with very low expectations. I was kind of like, you know what? I'll just check an episode out on this and see how I like it. And I remember I was just dying laughing. Like, it was so random. The humor was, like, really dirty, which is really up with me. It was just, like, potty humor, and it was kind of like the It movie. If you've seen the newest incarnation of It, it's like they took the humor from that and just made it its own show, basically. It's just so good. On Rotten Tomatoes, I believe it actually got 100%, which surprised me because I did not think it would get, like, anywhere that high. Like, that's a really good show. But at the end, it really did deserve it. Like, the story in it at the end, like, when it kind of all made sense and all kind of got together, it was relatable. It was a very relatable story about kids going through puberty and kind of, like, how awkward it is at times. And it was just so funny to watch because you could just, as I've said before, you just relate to that. You just instantly, like, oh, you know, that person reminds me of this person. And, like, oh, I can see myself doing that, or that's happened to me before. It's just a really good show. If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest checking out the first episode with some headphones on, or the volume turned low, and just see how you like it. As I said before, it's not for everybody. It's a pretty weird show, I'm not going to lie. Like, if you either love the show or you'll hate it, I loved it. Everybody I've talked to has loved it. They just found the humor so stupid and just so funny. And honestly, I just got to say, that was a great job done by the whole cast and crew. And there's probably going to be a second season because it was highly successful, as stated by the reviews. I'm excited for the second season. I just want to see it become like a Family Guy kind of ordeal where it kind of just goes down in humor and it's kind of the same humor and the plot doesn't really do anything. I felt like they did a lot of things right. Like, they were really edgy. Like, they didn't really, like, you know, they weren't very close. They weren't really safe. They're like, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to curse. I'm going to, like, do all this crap. They showed, like, children's genitals, but it was animated, so I guess it was okay in a way. I don't know. It was really short scenes. I remember I was watching with my friend Jesse, who was also on the show a bit ago. I showed him the first episode, and it was a really quick scene of the kid getting flashed or whatever, and I just heard him, and Jesse just screamed, like, oh my god! I'm like, I know, it's just super crazy. Overall, I'd give the show, this is my first time viewing it, I've only viewed it once all the way through. I'd give it, I'd say, a strong 9 out of 10, just because it's a show like none other. Like, there's no other show currently on the market that is like the show. Like there's no like Family Guy and The Simpsons, same kind of genre. Archer, and I think Archer is kind of similar to those shows in a way, but like Rick and Morty, how it's completely different from everything else. This is another like Rick and Morty kind of ordeal, which I feel like in a couple of years it's gonna have a horrible fan base, which I'm a part of. It's gonna be horrible, but so good at the same time, and you're gonna love watching it. So that's been my short mini review for the show. If you haven't seen it, as stated before, go check it out and leave your comments below if you've seen it and what you thought about it, or if you don't plan to see it and just why. Again, I've been Anthony. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Leave your comments below, like the video, make sure you guys are subscribed, and click the little bell to be notified every time we upload a review, gameplay, or podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.